All right, welcome to the Daily Dustin Diggs. I'm here with Joseph Maxwell, voiceover actor, producer, DJ. Just moved here to St. Louis from Buffalo,
Yes,
and
sir.
so we're going to talk about all the things he's seen in St. Louis so far and what he's missing out. So, first off, I guess we'll start. What made you come to St. Louis?
Well, I work at GM. I'm a UAW worker. I transferred here. I'm a transplant. So that's what initially brought me here. Laid off there. They said, "Hey, you want to keep your job? You can go here or you can be unemployed." I said, "Well, I guess I'll try Wentzville." I had no idea where it was.
Right. Come from Buffalo, New York. Yeah,
Right.
wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
when I looked it up on Google, and it's just got this really old picture of like this 1890s courthouse looking thing, and I'm just like, "Yo, bro, you guys are sending me? Where are you sending me? To the middle of nowhere?"
Wentzville, yeah. So how long have you been in St. Louis then?
Just over a year now.
Over a year? Okay.
Yeah.
So you moved here last year and then working at the plant in Wentzville.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll kind of talk some current events, but the supply chain, is that going to affect the plant there?
It's affecting everything and everyone.
Because I heard they were on hiatus for a little bit there because of something with the computer chips.
Yeah. They're pretty hit or miss. Everybody's affected by it, you know.
Yeah.
Even people who aren't in the automotive industry are affected by it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But so they paid you to move to Wentzville. So you move, are you living in Wentzville or where?
No, I actually stay in St. Charles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
St. Charles. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you met a guy from Redfish Bluefish, Ken, my buddy Ken. And so you told me about the podcast.
Random browsing. I just looked to my right and said, "Oh, look, there's a pawn shop. They're selling guns and stuff." So
Yeah, but I don't know if they sell that in New York, but they have guns. Yeah, guns here. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it takes a lot to get a gun in New York. Not so much here.
Right. So then you went by there and then hit the Redfish Bluefish. And
Right.
What's the big differences that you've kind of noticed kind of Midwest compared to like New York? Because that's
well, in Buffalo, I lived more in the city. Out here, I'm a little more in the outskirts. So, I would say the biggest thing that I've noticed is that, the city here, being that it's 25 minutes away now, it's a lot going on down there, and it's hard to find it because I don't really know anyone.
Yeah.
I'm also a door guy at Hot Shots in St. Charles. So that was another way that I started to network and figure out different places to go and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. It's a good place.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, and some pretty people come through there. Yeah, that work there. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty pretty good place. Pretty good place. So what's some other differences that you notice from like just kind of how do we talk different? Do I sound like I have an accent here?
You don't sound like you have an accent too much, but there are a lot of people that definitely do. They, it's just like the cliche stuff you hear on TV. Everybody and down her, fix your hair.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're saying hair or here. I can't figure it out.
Right.
But
Right. What's some other differences that you notice kind of coming to St. Louis?
There's a lot of men down here who have dreads. I know it's kind of a coming of age trending mostly, but there's a lot of guys who have really, really long hair. I'm not used to seeing that. Most of the guys up north in Buffalo, they have a taper or a fade or something like that, and they're starting to get more into the dreads. But yeah, that's one of the main things that I've noticed just and from that realm.
Right. Well, St. Louis is a big sports town. That's what they claim to say it is. But we have the Cardinals, the Blues, but you got the Bills, the Sabres,
Right.
And
well, briefly we had the Buffalo Maple Leafs, but it's Toronto. They were playing in Buffalo during the COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we got to watch a bunch of major league games. We don't have a major league team though.
Right. So during COVID, was that one of the hubs there for hockey? Oh, okay.
No, for baseball. Sorry.
Oh, for baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I did say the Maple Leafs. I apologize. I meant the Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That makes sense now. Yeah. Have you been to a Cardinals game or any kind of sports?
Not yet.
Well, we lost our football team, and so we're still kind of hurt over that.
Too bad. So sad on that one. They'll probably be coming back though.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to get an expansion team. It'll probably be a lot more years before that happens, I think. I don't know.
From the article I read, it said somewhere between 2028, 2030, around there before it's even feasible for it to happen. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's still ways away. I think we're getting like a major league soccer team. I think either this year or next year, and so that's we had like I don't know what it was called, but it was some type of football league, but it was called the Battlehawks.
I think that was arena football.
Arena football.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
that's what it was. But that was popular for a little bit, but then that folded. So I'm not sure what's going on with sports. But kind of going back into your career, like, so you do voiceover acting, producing. When you do voiceover, what type of like voiceover do you do?
I do a little bit of everything, like commercial, character. Believe it or not, I'm kind of a goofball. It's always I mess with people all the time. Like even at work, one of 3 jobs.
Yeah,
yeah. I'll just randomly sneak up on somebody and just hit them with a different voice. They're used to hearing this voice,
right?
And then I'll say something like, "Oh, hey, buddy, how's it going?" And just completely just sidewind them. They turn around like, "Who the hell was that?"
We had a voiceover actor that came on here, really nice guy, Kurt, and he does like a really good and Joker like laugh. It's almost it's scary. Like he came to a party we had, and he started doing the laugh, and people start like freaking out. 'Cause we were like way out in the woods, and so people were like, "Yeah."
It sounds like something I would do.
What's some other voices that you do?
I have so I come from a Puerto Rican background too. I'm not Puerto Rican, but I grew up around a lot of Puerto Ricans, so I do a pretty decent Puerto Rican accent. So listen, the other day I come to the store to buy some cigarettes, but they tell me that I can't buy it because I'm not old enough. I don't need the ID. I have facial hair and everything, but they don't listen to me, It pisses me off sometimes.
Wow. Now, because I only got one voice, and this is it. So sadly, I can't do very good impressions or voices. So, like, when you listen to a person's voice or a voice, and you're trying to like make the sound, are you trying to like? I'm sure there's a certain way you put your lip or your tongue in your mouth when you're doing certain types of voices, right? So are you trying to like figure that out? Like, what's the process that you kind of like break it down?
Well, I grew up an only child. I was extremely bored. And it started out, I kind of just picked up on people's mannerisms and I would just emulate that, and then people got pissed off because they thought I was making fun of them. I really wasn't, just things stick out, when people do certain things, they stick out, and it just, I can't help but to do it. It's almost like, my second nature or something. But it's just a matter of listening and just, if I hear it enough, before I know it, I'll be doing it and don't even realize it. It's just weird like that.
Yeah, there's certain people like I kind of like, you kind of watch certain people. There's something about people, certain type of people that like are just interesting to like watch their mannerisms because it's so different.
They're very different.
And then you kind of like process the way they do things in different ways they move and ways they walk and ways they
the ways
do the
they
head
talk,
and ways they move their hands and stuff like that. Let's do some more voices. So
let me see. I used to do a really good Bernie Mac. It's been a while since I've done that one though. Let me see. Oh man, I'm like brain frozen here. Bernie Mac has a lot of sayings, and
sadly,
I can't think of one.
He passed away like many years ago, so we haven't seen much of Bernie.
Right. So he's like, he's fading out. He's fading out.
He's fading out a little bit.
It's sad because the only thing I could think of is like some Kings of Comedy stuff. That was from 2000.
Yeah.
Hello America. And this is really bad. Like I said, it's been a while. I almost don't even want to do it.
Well, now the audience, just try for the audience out there, and then
let me see.
It's gonna be better than my Bernie Mac impression. I promise you.
Him downstairs. Who the hell is him? Like I ain't got no name or something. Selfish son of a bitch.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was right. That was right from that movie with Ashton Kutcher or something, like Who's Coming for Dinner.
Oh yeah. Look, what was it?
Look Who's Coming to Dinner or something, or I don't remember what. Yeah, it was like a remake of a movie from the '60s.
Yeah, with him and Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
With her little cute self.
Yeah. And so, you do producing. What type of stuff do you produce? What type of
mostly R&B.
Okay.
Yeah. I like I said, I make beats. I love the creative process. So if I can get involved in anything like that, I mean, I also draw, paint sometimes, not so much, but mostly draw. But as far as productions, I'm open. I don't want to put myself in a box, you know.
Right.
I'll try anything.
Do you feel, I had a guy on the podcast, I think it was last night, being able to do all those different creative things like help, because I did the construction to this podcast, like, so I built it, but like learn how to build constructions helped me edit video better, because it kind of taught me how to build better just by using other skills. So do you feel like some of your drawing skills can help you in certain other skills, or maybe some of your voiceover stuff can help you with some of the, obviously learn about like audio production, maybe helps you with some of your music production?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like it's all cumulative. It builds on, you know, one thing builds on another. I didn't realize that I wanted to, you know, even do music until, you know, I started DJing, you know, when I was younger. My stepfather started DJing, and I just helped him out when I was in like 7th and 8th grade. I DJed like I DJed a party, like a homecoming party for him, because he didn't know what to do with the music. You know, everyone was my age. He's like, I don't know what to do, so here, you do it. And I kind of helped out.
And like DJ was just doing two records, spinning back and forth, or what type?
No, well, he had the one, the setup where it was actual CDs. So
I remember that back in the day.
Yeah, it was weird. You know, it was no mixing and scratching. It was more just blending.
Yeah.
So I got really good at blending. You know, I still don't know how to mix and scratch very well. You know, I'm terrible at it, but it's not my strong suit.
DJ's a tough gig, because it's hard to kind of like, because you got to, I guess key in my opinion to being a good DJ is you got to know the audience.
Right.
And if you don't know the audience, you're not playing the right stuff, they're going to come tell you. And then you got to deal with the drunk.
Fast, yes.
Then you got to deal with the drunk lady. It's like, play this, or can you play this song?
You're not playing what I want to hear.
Yeah.
What do you want to hear?
Something else.
Okay, can you be more specific?
Make it ratchet.
Right. I worked a bar. This is like 15 years ago that I DJ'd, and I just played it off of a laptop. So I'm not spinning anything, but like it was a mixture of a crowd. So you had like tables of these old folks over here that went to hear like old like Johnny Cash and stuff like that. Then you got the young kids over here that went to hear Usher and all that new stuff coming out, and T.I. and stuff. And then so you start playing the T.I., and then these people start coming over complaining. And then you play you go to the old folks over here and play the Johnny Cash. Now you got these young kids complaining.
Typically when that happens, I play mainstream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mainstream and top 40s.
Just play Thriller.
Yeah,
play Thriller, and then
just play some stuff that they have all heard before at some point that isn't too one way or the other. You know, pretty neutral.
Right.
That usually works pretty well. Right. And then once the older folks start leaving, then I'll cater to the young kids and play what they want.
Once they get tired.
Yeah. You know, that 7 o'clock is like their cutoff.
Right. Do you have any great DJ stories? I can think of a few that like, we had a girl get so drunk that she threw up all over the dance floor, hit my back of my laptop. Like it was like a bachelorette party. It was something like that.
No DJ stories that way, but I have some photography stories that, you know, I went on the limo bus with some ladies. It was a divorce party.
Oh, they have a divorce party.
Yeah, they had a divorce party, and they got pretty wasted, and they were doing some crazy things. Let's just say that. Yeah.
So the girl that's getting divorced, were other friends trying to find her a man the whole night, trying to like, since it's a divorce party?
They weren't trying to do anything with any guys.
Oh, okay. So they had you take photos?
It's photos and short clips of videos and stuff like that. It's just them, it just kind of chronicled the night for them.
Oh,
yeah.
That's kind of a unique kind of business.
It was fun. Like I said, it was last minute. A friend of mine was supposed to go, and she decided that she couldn't go, and she asked if I could go. And then I just asked them if they wanted me to, to document it, get footage for them, and they were like, yeah.
So even when they were getting like shit faced, and even at the end of the night, they still want you to record it. Still let you take their photo. Yeah,
absolutely. I gave them all the footage. You do what you want to do with it, kind of thing. But yeah.
Yeah, I never. I rarely, like if a camera's around or we're doing something, I usually never not that I get crazy or anything. I just don't drink on camera like that. So I'm always wary when cameras are around. Even though we live in an age now, everybody has a camera on them.
You never know if you're being watched.
Right. And then any place you go into, there's probably some kind of camera watching you. So So I'm sure I'll be a viral video one day falling over doing something stupid or something.
I probably already have been one. As a matter of fact, yeah. My sister, thankfully she didn't put it out there, but she caught me trying to do a backflip that I miserably failed at. And she's whispering in the camera as she's recording, "World star."
Yeah.
As I land on my neck.
But she didn't post it?
No, she didn't post it, thankfully.
See, I see those videos on Facebook all the time, and I don't think they're funny because when people get hurt, like it's like, oh man, like it's not even like I don't. Sometimes I can't even watch them. Like it's because it's just like.
That's why I'm glad they got rid of MTV Scarred. That was.
Oh yeah,
you remember that, right?
I remember that. Yeah,
that was crazy. And every time I would see it, I feel like I'm having the pain, and my ankle's broke, and I look down. Oh no, I'm fine. That's that guy on TV.
They have that ridiculousness show.
Yep.
And some of those videos, though, like I kind of like watch, and like people fall off a ladder.
Yeah.
And there's no way that they didn't go to the hospital or break something, and then like the audience is just like laughing about it.
Right. Because they never show the aftermath.
No, they never show the aftermath. Like some of them, like a couple of them, like, I wonder if those people even lived. I'm like,
facts.
Yeah,
facts. That you do question those things.
Yeah, but I'm like, and the audience is just like and like laughing about it.
Hell, I laughed. I can't even lie.
But it's just kind of like, I don't know, man. I always kind of wonder what the aftermath on some of those stories are too.
I would imagine neck support, braces, body casts.
And it always seems like when people are drinking, they get they do crazy
beer
stuff.
muscles.
Yeah. I'm sure you're familiar with the milk crate challenge thing. That was kind of a crazy.
I was just like, what? Oh man, like, do you remember planking?
Yes. Yeah.
It's just like, what is the point, right?
Right.
I never understood some of these challenges. It's just to be noticed, to be seen. I don't know. It's insane some of the stuff people do, and the people are getting messed up with those crates too.
Right, because they fall right on them.
They fall on them, and all different type of awkward angles, and and they're not like mattresses, man. They don't support anything. They're rigid. They're gonna break something.
Yeah, yeah. I think I could probably do two milk crates. I could get to the second one.
I wouldn't try more than two myself.
And it's like I watch them, and like once you get to the top, you just gotta just run down the back, and some people keep trying to go slow going back down it. And that's when they
you got to keep your weight centered in the middle of them all, and once you start to move a little bit, it's like a counterbalance. It just shifts on you.
Right.
I know, like I said, I know better. Physics taught me that what goes up must come down, and I'm gonna stay on the ground.
Right. We do a comedy show called STL Live, and I was thinking of making a funny video where I would put the milk crates up, but then I would screw them together, glue them together, or whatever. It would be secure, so the audience would have no idea that they're stuck together. And then just have somebody like goes real slow, walk up it, and then also once they get to the top, just start jumping on it, and then so the audience will be like, "Oh wait, what's
it's fixed.
It's fixed or whatever."
No, he's not that good.
Right. But you said you did comedy too, though, right?
Yeah, I definitely auditioned at Helium before. And this was at a recommendation. I was going through some stuff, and I was going to therapy and stuff like that. Yeah. And she tells me, she said, "Hey, you know what? If you feel like trying something, just try it. You need you to say yes a little bit more and say no a little bit less." I was like, okay. And she goes, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Well, people tell me I'm funny and that I should try comedy. Do you think I should try comedy?" And she was like, "Why not?" I said, "Okay." So I researched what was required. It had a 5-minute set.
You're talking Helium here in St. Louis, right?
They're actually back in Buffalo.
Oh, they have.
There's one in Buffalo as well.
It's like a
yeah.
national chain. I didn't realize that. Okay.
I didn't realize it until I got down here.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's also one in Pennsylvania, but that's still kind of regionally close to where I'm at. So I thought it was a regional thing. But yeah, they have one here. But I went. It was 20 comedians, and I was the last person to go. Like, the only other people in the crowd were other comics. So
right.
That's
a tough crowd.
I had the fortune and the misfortune at the same time of watching everyone go before me. And I'm just, I'm watching a lot of people bomb pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know.
Where's the exit?
Right.
Where's the exit?
Stage left is stage left.
Right.
But luckily for me, I did have a person that I knew there. He was my JV basketball coach. And I didn't even know he was into comedy. So he's up there, he's doing his comic thing, and he was like number 4 or 5. So once he comes off the stage, he sees me in the crowd. He's like, "Oh man, I didn't know you was here. I know you do comedy." I was like, "Yeah, first time. I'm nervous. Please help."
Yeah.
And he talked to me. He's like, "Hey, look, man, it's easy. I know you personally. You are much funnier than all of these dudes up here. All you got to do is be yourself." And I'm like, "Yeah, I have been having trouble with that as of late, but I'm gonna try." Just real negative, And he was like, "Hey, man, look, if it helps you out, I'll sit in the front. Don't look at nobody else. Just pretend you're talking to me."
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And it did help.
Yeah.
Now,
before you went up there real fast, did you have a set in mind? Did you have stories that you're going to talk about? Did you kind of like?
I had an outline that I thought would take me to the 5-minute mark, and I started. I think I ran out of material at like 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
It's weird how that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, because they just rolled, man, and like once I got there, I was like, oh. I just came up with the first story that popped in my head. I met DMX before, which I really did. It was a very odd scenario when I met him because I was a barber, and I looked outside. I didn't have no clients. I'm sitting in my chair, like, I look out the window, and I see this bald dude walking up the street, and the barber smock on still. And I'm like, because there was another barber shop down the street. And he's got like 4 guys behind him. I'm like, oh shit, something about to go down, man. Somebody about to get beat up. He ain't playing no. He still got the smock going. I know he is pissed right now. He about to go smash somebody's head. I turned to my coworker, and he's like, "Man, that's just DMX." And I'm like, "Just DMX?" Bruh, like he is a legend.
Right.
He's like, "Man, whatever, man. That's just DMX. He be out here all the time." I was like, and I didn't know that. I'd never seen that before. How am I just now seeing him? He's like, "Man, my cousin got one of his kids," or something stupid like that.
That's one of his kids.
So, I made an excuse to go over to the store where he was at. I mean, I'm a fan. I've always been a fan of DMX.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Hey, y'all need anything? I'm about to run to the store, grab some water or something." And he's like, "Nah, man, we good." So I run over there. I walk in the door, and he's in the front talking to a female, and I'm like, shit. I can't interrupt this conversation.
No, you don't want to
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. Really pissed off DMX.
But my heart is racing because I'm like, I've never seen, an in life like celebrity,
right?
Like somebody who I idolized like that before up in person. So I run to the back, grab a little 50-cent water. I come back up, kind of peek around the corner, make sure he was, still there for one, and he wasn't with that chick, and he wasn't. And the only thing that I could say when I turned around to the corner was in his voice. In my head, "X, what's good, baby?" And he just turned around and looked at me like, "What's happening?" And I was like, "Oh shit, he really sounds like that. Like it's not an act."
No, yeah, he really sounds.
And that was mind blowing to me. So I went over and talked to him, for a second. We kicked it. He was a real cool dude, very genuine, very humble. What I'm saying, and very positive and uplifting. So it's kind of sad to see that he's gone.
Yeah, that's
soon.
Crazy. I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. So when you did that set, like I think a lot of times, like the biggest key, I'm not a stand-up comedian, but like it's all about your break. So if the audience is laughing, you don't want to cut back in with another thing because you want them to be able to, they won't catch on what's going on to the next story or whatever. So it's about those beats and those breaths. Right.
And I had no idea, man. Like I said, it was a great learning experience. I mean, I definitely would like to try it again.
Do you feel like you bombed, or you feel like you did okay, like your first time?
I personally feel like I did, because again, I was nervous as hell.
Right.
I mean, I'm looking out in the crowd, and I'm just like, damn, these lights are bright. I can only see my friend here in the front, but I know there's so many more people, and it's like I can't tell how they're reacting.
Yeah.
I did get a bunch of laughs, and a lot of them didn't even believe that was my first time on stage. So
that's good.
So I got some good feedback from it.
Yeah. I hear like a lot of stories. It's like the first time when you go on, you do really well, and then it's always like the second or third time, it's like you probably overly confident about yourself, and then all of a sudden you bomb or whatever.
Yeah. It's I could see that happening. But I know from personal experience and just the way that I do things, I'll be more prepared the next time. You know,
Right.
I'll rehearse my stuff to make sure that A is going to make the time, and then I'll have extra stuff in case I do go through it too fast. You know, I mean, I got stories for days, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of trying to recall them on the spot. You know, if you didn't already, you know, think about what you wanted to talk about, and then, you know, you're trying to talk about a story on the spot. It's the challenges sometimes.
Right. I think it would be a hard living to be a stand-up comedian, because if you're traveling around, going from city to city, doing saying the same thing every night.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be
You're like Groundhog Day, right?
right
In a new city every.
right. It's like you said you work at GM. Do you work the assembly line?
Yeah.
So I worked the assembly line before too, and I have ADD really bad. But like, I drove me nuts doing the same repetitive thing over and over again. So it's, for me, it would have to be something new and fresh every
Right. I mean, so to add to that, you know, I mean, I'm kind of the same way. So I became a floater. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I go in there every day.
Oh, that's a good job.
They kind of, you know,
Yeah.
I've learned so many different jobs. They kind of place me where somebody is absent at.
Right.
So that keeps it cool for me, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'll sit there, and then before I know it, I'll be asking myself, did I do what I was just supposed to do? Because I just was on autopilot.
Right.
My brain is somewhere else, like in Mars or something, you know.
Yeah, I get that way when my girlfriend talks to me. Hopefully she's not watching. She's not. She's
What?
Yeah, right. She's, especially when she's complaining about stuff around the house. Else I'm like an autopilot. I'm like,
Right. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Something about the garbage and
Yeah, I heard you about
kitchen.
you and your mom went to lunch. Yeah. Oh, cool. That sounds
Right.
great. That sounds great.
sneakers.
Yeah. What's some other experiences that you've moving to St. Louis, but moving to St. Louis? Have you had the toasted raviolis?
I have.
What do you think about those things?
I'm not really a fan of them.
They're-
Yeah, it's an acquired taste kind of thing.
It's once a kind of month kind of deal, kind of appetizer for me. It's
It could have just been where I had them from, but they were like maybe overcooked. They were hard. You know,
okay.
You know, they didn't have a lot of soft texture on the inside. I know they're fried, so
they're deep. Yeah,
they're deep fried.
deep fried. Yeah.
Yeah, so it just maybe, like I said, maybe they just cooked them too long. But I was just like, marinara sauce, and it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like, okay, I gotta have this when I go.
Right. Now, have you had the emos or Susa Workers here?
I've had emos. What's the name of that? Their famous cheese?
Provel.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you don't like it?
Mm-mm.
Lobster.
It's very, very distinct and kind of a heavy taste.
That's funny. We had a Barstool Sports guy. That guy came through St. Louis when the Blues were in the Stanley Cup Finals,
Right?
Because they were playing Boston, and he did a review, and he like totally tore it up or whatever. And people from St. Louis got so pissed about it, you know, because he was saying the same thing. He said it tastes like cardboard and it's going off on the cheese or whatever. But yeah, that's like our big thing. And then there's some other great places in St. Louis to eat. Like, well, if the audience is watching, make a comment down there, and then you can check the video later and see. But there's some great places you should probably hit up in St. Louis. What's some other things in St. Louis that you've seen?
I've been down to the Arch.
Yeah. Now, is the Arch impressive to you? Because it's like, been here my whole life, so
It is, you know, so I would say, since you've been here your whole life, I lived near Niagara Falls my whole life.
Oh, wow.
So
Shit.
Yeah. So when people come in and look at Niagara Falls, I'm just like,
right.
it's just water falling over the side of a cliff. It's not that serious. But when I look at it from somebody who's never seen it before, you know, it's a whole different feeling.
Yeah.
You know, and the Arch, I feel like the Arch is the same way. Especially, I didn't know I can go inside of it, you know, and then go up and look out. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, did you do that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Okay, they had it shut down a little bit for COVID, I think, but I'm glad it's reopened. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I went there once when I was 5, and then haven't been back. But it's neat, you know. It's neat.
Yeah.
But my thing that always gets me too is any logo about St. Louis, they always put the Arch in. And not that the Arch isn't important, but like I feel like with the artists that we have here in St. Louis, we're more than just the Arch,
right.
you know, in the city. So
Well, it's called the Gateway Arch. Right?
Yeah. But so
You know.
anytime I make a logo and it's something with St. Louis, I never put the Arch in it. So I won't put the Arch in any of my logos.
I'm gonna be honest, man. The Arch makes me think of McDonald's.
It does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
It's like it's missing half of it or something. I'm expecting to see another arch up there.
Right. I'm trying to think of some other great places to visit in St. Louis. Help me out, folks, if you're out there. I can pull up the comments. Have you been to the zoo?
Not yet.
It's free, so that's like that's a big deal.
You got to pay for parking though.
Yeah, well, that's where they get you, and then a soda's $15. So yeah, water's $12. Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, I haven't been yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for my son to come down so I can bring him, take him, check that out.
Okay, so you still have some of your family in Buffalo, and
pretty much my entire family's in Buffalo. I moved here solo dolo. Yeah.
Wow. Do you plan to stay here a while, or you just kind of?
Yeah, you know what? The city has embraced me, man. Everybody's been very, very kind to me, encouraging, uplifting, and I don't see myself going back to Buffalo. You know, not to live. I'll definitely go back and visit. You know.
Let me pull up this thing on Facebook and see if we have any comments.
Okay.
But so you're back you're here in St. Louis, so you're kind of got on the podcast here tonight to kind of like network, so kind of meet people. So
right.
You're looking to get into comedy, do some voiceover work.
Right. Collab with some other artists. You know, like I said, I'm not too particular on genre. I mean, I'll do country if I can find a way to make it fit. You know, I'm very open minded like that. So
right. Did you think that like moving to Missouri, there'd be all like just country folk and stuff? I mean, there is. If you go past Wentzville, you're gonna
and like
run
into
into the
Warrenton
sticks.
and stuff like that. Yeah,
you're gonna run into some sticks out there. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the guys that transferred down here with me lived out in Wright City, and every time I went to go visit him, I was like, dude, I need you to move closer. For one, just move closer. You can stay out here in this area, but it's almost 45 minutes to come kick it with you, man.
Right.
And then, it was weird too, because like you said, it's the sticks, and I started seeing a bunch of Trump flags and stuff like that, and I'm just thinking like, I know all Trump supporters are in a certain way, but it's kind of an uncomfortable feeling sometimes. I don't know where I'm going, and he's telling me that some of his friends feel some kind of way about him, so I'm like, you need to move closer, bro.
Yeah, I grew up kind of like suburbs out this area, kind of outskirts of St. Louis. But like even if I go in the city or I go even far out, like I go a road trip way out in the country or whatever, I do feel kind of weird because it is a different type of environment.
Right.
Either way you go, yeah. So.
Yeah, but for the most part though, I haven't had any issues though, like nothing like that anyway.
Yeah.
Everyone's been, like I said, everyone's been very nice, very cool.
Yeah. I notice when I like go to California, like people drive different. Is it different here?
Yeah, average speed here on the 70 is probably about 95. I kid you not, man. People are just flying by all the time. I find myself doing 90 sometimes, just keeping up with people.
Oh, here you do?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. On the 70, yeah.
Oh, I feel that way when I go to California. Like people are just flying by you and like they're cutting you off. And then people use the horn a lot too. Is when you're out on the West and East Coast.
They don't use horns here.
No, they don't use horns because if you get like somebody honks at you here, like their butt hurt by it, so they probably go home and they're pissed off. Pisses them off for the whole day.
Right.
Yeah, they're. So, that's awesome. Well, we do a show called STL Live. It's like it's a ripoff of Saturday Night Live, but it's a comedy thing. We film at Soulful Illusion Studios, which is right down the street here.
Okay.
And we get together, a group of like 20, maybe 30 people one time. People come and go, but we develop like skits. We have writers, and then we have people just act. Some people act and write, but then we get the actors we need, and we perform in front of a live audience with 3-camera live cutting on like the third Sunday of every month.
That sounds like a bunch of fun.
And it's a lot of fun, but it's fun to kind of get together with other creatives because it kind of brings the best out of you being around other people that are creative.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of my issue too. Like part of the reason I want to do some networking, I got to get out of my own head.
Yeah.
These thoughts and stuff are just revolving like like a door in the hospital.
Right.
So if I'm around other people, they'll trigger other thoughts and feelings, that I probably wouldn't have thought of just being in my own. So
right. I kind of have I think every artist is like this, but depression issues and things like that. But I feel like if I'm around a lot of other creative people being productive, it just kind of helps with like that type of
right. It helps kind of get you in gear and like, this is cool, man. Then you look forward to doing those things more.
Right.
Yeah.
So I noticed, like, I've been doing this podcast now for about 6 months now, and but me doing this every day and meeting people like you and just being productive, it's all my close friends that really weren't doing much around me, but now they're all kind of like jumping and doing their own thing and being productive. So it's very contagious. People
it is
being creative. Yeah. So, well, I'm trying to think of, so we'll put your contact information here on the video. So I'll definitely introduce you to the studio and then AG that runs the STL Live, and definitely would love to have you come out to some of our, we just had a bonfire party like last Friday.
Okay.
And so we have all the people in the network that come on the podcast. You know, we just all have get-togethers once a month. We're going to do another one, I think, in November 2nd on the 31st, Halloween. Since your kids aren't here, I don't know how old your kids are.
My son's 12.
12.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably done with trick-or-treating. So,
yeah.
But
Well, no, he still goes.
He still does? Okay, well, that's fine. Hey, there's no, I think I went till I was like freshman in high school.
I definitely did.
Yeah.
I definitely did,
yeah. That might be a little bit different than where you're from, trick-or-treating, too. So we have things that you park in parking lots, and then it's called...
trunk or treat, right?
Yeah.
They started doing that back home recently, with COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
Outdoors. I mean, trick or treating is outdoors anyway, so I know. But it's like
you're under that porch, though.
Yeah, God, air doesn't go anywhere under that thing.
Right. But we're doing a Halloween party at Soulful Illusion Studios from 7 to 11. We're actually going to do a live stream, and we're going to have a DJ, kind of dance contest, costume contest, and I do minute to win it games where I host like minute to win. You ever see those games where they do the
these little puzzles
and the ping pong balls, trying to get in the cup before the guy next to you does, and try to flip the cup and get so we play a lot of those games online on our network, and so definitely love to have you come out and meet everyone. So
I'll definitely do that.
And next, so you work at Hot Shots in St. Charles.
Yep, I DJ at Lava Lounge in Wentzville every Thursday from 9 to 1.
I haven't been there yet. I heard that place is pretty neat though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's definitely dope.
Yeah.
If you like hookah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, someone was talking about that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And they also have a bar if you like cocktails. So, and they have food, pretty good food.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to come out there.
Then they also have an awesome DJ.
Yes, they have an awesome DJ. What's your DJ name?
DJ Joey Max.
Joey Max.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah,
it's a real good name. Yeah, I should have introduced you on the podcast with that name.
It's cool.
Cool, man. Any other voices you want to leave the audience with?
Well, do have that voiceover thing.
Oh yeah, let's play. Oh yeah. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, let's play a couple of clips. You brought some clips in. I apologize. I should have.
Most people don't believe it's me. It's fun.
Which ones do you want to play off of this?
It would be in voice demos, and you can pick any one.
All right.
Ace brand lawn and garden supplies are made with a satisfaction guarantee. Because all the talk in the world doesn't matter if you can't back it up. Ace brand. So my favorite one is Twisted Dimensions.
Okay.
This one here.
In this world, there's a real evil. In the darkest shadows and the most ordinary places.
Perfect for Halloween.
These are the true stories of the innocent and the unimaginable. Between the world we see and the things we fear, there are doors, and they are open. Nightmares become reality.
You ever seen the Six Flags commercials or the Creepy World, like scary haunted houses we have here? It sounds just like that voice, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this was so all of these were scripts that I found online. This one was an excerpt from Star Wars. I'm Darth Vader.
You passed directly through a restricted system. Several transmissions were beamed to the ship by rebel spies. She must have hidden the plans in the escape
I'm
pod.
gonna be honest, I've never seen Star Wars either.
Send a detachment down to retrieve them.
I didn't know if I was doing it like
See
he did
to
it
it
or not.
personally, Commander.
Just
There will be no one to stop us this time.
Wait, so you said we'll play the other two, but that's interesting. You just said that you've never seen Star Wars.
I've never seen the original ones. No, I've seen some of the newer ones that have recently come out, but
okay.
I've never seen the old ones.
I have a friend that he's never seen any of the Star Wars, and I told him you should go through your whole life and not ever see Star Wars because you might be the only one that's never seen anything with Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the Family Guy episodes of Star Wars and stuff too. Those are cool.
Yeah. But the one voiceover, there's this haunted Six Flags. I don't know if you've been there yet, but that's a big thing in St. Louis. But they have a haunted something Six Flags. I forgot what it's called. Fright Fest. That's what it's called.
Fright Fest. Okay.
Yeah, and then so that sounded like the guy's voice off that commercial, actually.
Oh, that's a good thing.
At Verizon Wireless, we cover a lot of ground, and we're making the best national wireless network even better. Don't just take our word for it. Test the best. And if you're not 100% satisfied, simply return your phone for a full refund. It's just one more way we never stop working for you. Verizon Wireless. Visit us at VerizonWireless.com or dial 1-800-2-JOIN-IN.
Between songs, like it was Pandora, and people didn't believe that it was me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they didn't believe it was me.
They're like, you're playing an ad.
They're like, dude, why are you playing ads? I'm like, oh, that's just one of my voiceovers. Whatever. Can you just skip it? I'm like, no, listen to it.
No, you're gonna listen to my voice, damn it. You're gonna listen to my voice.
Yeah, this last one is just one of my instrumentals that I made.
Okay, yeah, I want to kind of play some of your R&B. I forgot that you brought this thing. So. But how did you record this?
I have a studio at home.
Oh, so
yeah. I have a very small studio, but I use FL Studios for production.
Oh, okay. That's Fruity Loops, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And when you find the beats, and is there somewhere you go download them off is there samples and stuff that you can find online, or or do you create them
I for the most part do everything on my own. I don't sample anything.
Okay.
I'm probably going to start because it just gives me a good reference point, and whatever I sampled is not going to sound like what it originally sounded like.
Right, because you're going to put some kind of reverb or some kind of different pitch on it.
I'm going to change it all the way around.
Right.
It'll be recognizable to me, right? But and it's somebody who has a very, very good ear and can catch on to it, they'll be able to figure it out. But
and you said earlier that you do R&B. You just make the tracks, or do you sing?
I sing a little bit too. Yeah.
Sing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
If we play, can we? Is there something on here that we can?
No, actually, that is not on there. I have it on here.
Oh, you can actually with your. It's Rodecaster Pro. This hooks Bluetooth.
Okay, cool.
So it's a Rodecaster Pro.
Bang bang. I love technology.
Any other folder here we want to showcase?
Oh, I said I can't connect to that one yet.
Oh. Try it again. It's blinking. It should. This is discoverable.
There it is. Okay. So this was my debut song when I moved down here. Not hearing anything yet.
Oh, there it is.
Joey Max, baby.
Come and spend the night with me.
Come and spend the night with me, girl.
Baby, I got all you need.
I got everything you need in this world.
When you spend the night with me,
If you spend just one night,
satisfaction's guaranteed.
I will keep you
satisfied.
Hey love, how you doing, baby? You look phenomenal, but I don't know if I've told you that before, and I'm sure that you really would have loved to hear it. It would enrich your spirit just for you to know that I meant it dearly. Understand I've gotten better expressing, and lately it seems confessing these feelings of love. Damn, I miss you, just wanna hug and kiss you. All these nights I sit at home alone, just fidgeting with my phone in hopes that you might call or text. Instead I'm stuck reflecting, how could I second guess my blessings? I've learned my lesson. This time I'll get it right. I'll show you I'm for real. Just come through. Let's chill, baby.
Come and spend the night with me.
Come and spend the night with me, girl.
Baby, I got all
I got everything you need in the world.
When you spend the night, you spend the night.
If you spend just one night,
satisfaction's guaranteed.
I will keep you
satisfied.
You've been running through my mind all week, so let me sit you down and I'll massage your feet. I got the slow jams on in the bucket of ice filled with your beverage.
Both voices is yours right there?
Yeah, that's all me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. Anything else on this folder?
No, there's nothing else in there.
Okay. I'm going to click on something sometimes, picture something you don't want the world to see. I don't want anything like
let's
that.
see. Well, in that folder that says pics to develop is just some pictures that I took a few years ago. There's nothing crazy in there.
Oh, these are some of the photos you took?
Yeah.
Man, you do, man, you're like a Swiss Army knife. You got all kinds of photos. You do have photos, voiceovers, music, you can sing.
Yeah, I try to do it. I try to stay busy.
That's great, yeah.
I mean, I have a bunch of stuff on my Facebook page as well, so.
Okay, and then we'll put that link in the video.
It's only like 6 pictures or something like that in that one. They were actually on there already, and I didn't realize it when I when I put the music and stuff on there. So I was like, oh.
And that's their mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are her twin boys.
Okay.
That's my best friend's wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just making a joke. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it's cool. It really is though. Is it? No,
it's cool. She looks young. I was just wondering what maybe it's I don't know. It's weird relationships out there today. So
well, yeah.
that's awesome. All right, man. Well, I really had a good conversation with you today. I appreciate you coming out, and definitely keep you in the loop with what's going on with all of us, and then definitely introduce you to St. Louis. And then if anybody's watching this podcast and we were talking about things he should see in St. Louis,
Please let me know.
Yeah, let him know, and then put a comment in the description there or in the comments section, and he'll see it. And so thank you again, man. That was great.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely subscribe to the Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs. We do a podcast every day on YouTube and on Facebook, like the Artists United Network. And check out our new studio at Soulful Illusion Studios in Westport, and you come by there, and I'll even personally give you a tour. So definitely give them a call. I'll put the information in the description below. So thank you guys for watching.
go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. 500 degrees on them. Countdown, levitate, going up, elevate. Watch me demonstrate. On time, never late. I grind, celebrate. No pump, fake, hesitate. I've been scoring every day. Champagne Perrier. Since 9-3, been in the box, now I'm stepping up to home. Like straight out the sand lot, now I'm plotting on the globe. Go beast.